The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a zero becomes a one, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD BLACK NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance. The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a zero becomes a one, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD BLACK NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the WD BLACK the Esports Club Pro League for Rainbow Six Siege, supported by Ubisoft in association with ACT Fibernet and AFK Gaming. I'm your host Foxtrot, and joining me is Babu Gusta, and we wish you a very happy Diwali as we are here post Diwali on a very bright day of a Division 1 play day, witnessing the first match. DMS Force will be up against T-Samurai Esports as we go ahead into this match on Villa. That being said, Babu Gusta, any thoughts on how you think this match is going to go down?
Well, Foxy, this is the Division 1 Day 1 matches. I am very excited to see what kind of plays does these teams have up in stores. We did see a lot of Division 3, Division 2 matchups. Now we finally get to see the heart of where it's been created, Division 1 matches, where most of the time you do see some crazy plays, some crazy bans, and maybe we might be able to see some unbelievable clutches and aces. So talking about the match that we are going to see, we do see Demon's Force in attack, and the map will be on Villa. Followed up with the two of the attacker bans, Thatcher and the Ace. The Denier as well as the Hard Breacher won't be available. Followed up with the Demon's Force banning with Mira. Quite standard bans when it comes to Thatcher and Mira. The only difference is the Ace being banned, which would give the Maverick, the Hibana, Thermite, and the other operators who had the ability to use their hard breaching capabilities will still be available for them to play. With that, Samurai Esports, they're just confirming their last defender ban, and it will be the Melusi. With that, that would be the end of ban phase. The Thatcher, Ace, Mira, and the Milusi won't be available on map Villa. And with that, we will proceed to round one. Samurai Esports on defense. With that, let's take a look at the rosters. On the side of Team Demon's Force, we have Kajit, Tsukushima Goat, Asterix, Levi, and Cobra. And on the side of Team Samurai Esports, we have Mojo, Paktoon Kid, Kus Kid, Mike, and Lockdown. The site will be on second floor AVG. With that, we are going to proceed to round one. Quite interestingly enough, we don't see any either a Blitz ban or a Blackbeard ban, because knowing for the fact that Tsukushima Goat is he plays a lot of those two important operators. But with that, we do see a six pick coming in, as we do see a Valkyrie being picked, and with that, the first round will commence. So, talking about the match, I am very excited, Foxy. Demon's Force, it's been a long time I've seen them in play, and now hopefully with those wonderful plays that we do get to see in the first round, let's see what kind of plays does both of these teams have to offer.
Definitely, definitely. That's going to be something that we look forward to, and we look forward to finding out the answer for that question as well. That happens to be so, so important to be asked right now, because that's exactly what we have to see. Demon's Force is definitely going to be starting off on attack, so it's going to be an interesting take to how we see them take Willa and approach this map just in general. But hey, on the side of defense, we're looking at a very positive lineup as well. We got Mojo running the Maestro. Paktoon Kid will be on his trusty Jaeger, and he's on the roam as well. While Gus Kid will be on site with the Kai. He's just going to hold down with the AUG for himself. Mike, loving the emphasis from him on the smoke. Meanwhile, we don't really see a huge emphasis on the information part. At least that's not what the side of the defense is trying to do. They're trying to be a little more firepower oriented, and I can only understand that Lockdown has brought it to my. Just want to take care of all of those projectiles, the ones at least that the Jaeger cannot take care of. Kajit quick with the Hibana, which is already getting work done. And mind you, people, with the Ace getting banned is definitely going to be an interesting take. But looks like Asterix is pushed up awfully close. Does he know where Paktoon Kid is? But the man has actually fallen back all the way downstairs to the basement, as the attackers are given so much more freedom to work with Asterix. Oh, ho, ho, ho. He's going to lose his head, peeking that 90 bend. Asker's Kid is just going to swing wide and get that frag for himself. A 4 versus 5 we've got for ourselves, as looks like Tsukushima Goat is downstairs trying to find some utility, but also trying to find any strays if he can so. Not sure if he's able to get this ADS or not. Not exactly the best of times for him engaging with that part. But hey, meanwhile, we've already got Cobra taking so much damage. That's going to be from the wind, and the Alda comes up. Mojo is going to make sure that he takes care of him. And here's Tsukushima Goat already in the heat of the movement. He's spotted Paktoon Kid, but does Paktoon know this? He's going to push up right now. He's got to be very careful. But Paktoon, unaware of the IQ pushing up on him, is going to take the fall. And that's going to be the Jaeger taken off the board. A good attempt, at least in terms of the equalizer that I'm seeing Demon's Force being headed to, but I'm not sure if that's going to help them. Look at that. Once again, the kite swings wide and Kuskid gets himself a nice double kill. It's all on a Khajiit and Tsukushima Goat. We still see Khajiit picking up a fight, but so Lockdown is actually going to be the one to walk away with the frag, and he walks away with a double. Lockdown to finish things off, and that'll be the first round that Samurai Esports is going to walk away with. And quite interestingly, so it's definitely a very good defensive route coming in from them. It was just the fact that Demon's Force was walking into pretty much everything that they had to offer. That's pretty much what it looked like. But hey, it was a good setup from their side on the side of defense. Let's see if we're able to see them keep that up as we move to round 2 into this match.
Well, great plays from Samurai Esports, and also an unfortunate turn of events for Demon's Force, especially the Zofia, not knowing that the Maestro was using his Alder right from the drone hole to find the leg of the Zofia, in which he was trying to use her concussive nade to at least try to, exhaust one of the players who were holding the angle from 90, but it did not work out very well. With that, we are going to proceed to round 2. We do see a 6 pick coming in, where we do see a Zofia and Legion being in play in this round. With that, we do see a total of 1 Intel Ops on the side of defense, 2 Trap Operators, the Goyo and the Legion. to make sure that the push from the attackers will have a lot of problems, and also the aggressive plays or pressure that would come in from the attackers will be denied as soon as possible. So with that, the attackers will be forced to use their drones to make sure that they'll be able to eliminate those important utilities as best as possible. But for now, the defenders will just reinforce, make some rotation holes as best as they can. Quite interestingly enough, we don't see either a castle or a Ella being implied, especially on a site like second floor trophy, because most of the time it is I mean, castle has been highly picked, especially on the second floor trophy. Not being able to pick with I believe we might see Samurai Esports going for a extend either in extended roam or just full on anchor site. Meanwhile, we do see the Maestro with the Alda in the 90s hallway, and the Pakhtun kid will just decide to hold on to the aviator rooms instead. So total of 3 attackers are spawned in towards the ruin, gets the control towards the balcony, and they're just waiting for the push to come in. Pakhtun kid sees the head of the Ash, doesn't get it. The pre-fire comes in and he eliminates it. Asterix goes down. Pakhtun kid, a really good start from him. With that, Asterix, with even enough amount of huge aggression that he did showed it, could not work out well in his favor. With that, the Jaeger will eventually fall back from the 90s hallway, as we do see Levi in the main entrance. Haven't droned out the living room just yet, but he's just making sure that there won't be any flank push coming in from the defenders. With that, there won't be any roam capabilities from the defenders as Kajis proceeds to push in from the AVG, sees the deployable shield, so he's either forced to use his nade to take it out, although he do needs to be careful of the ADS in which it is not placed, and it will detonate, which would force the Goyo to fall back. Looks like Tsushima Goat and Cobra will be able to find 2 kills. Pakhtun Kid and Lockdown goes down. Quite interestingly enough, with that, a lot of time left for the attackers. Demon's Force are in a really good lead with a total of 2 man count going down. Because Kid, good angle, still doesn't get the connect just yet. Still needs to be careful with the push coming in from landing, but that aggressive push from the Nomad will be able to make it definitive. Eliminating Goyo will be able to use her last place to use it as Mojo decides to push in with the Alda. Gets one, doesn't get the other. The refrag comes in from the sledge as Mike gets one more. That's Cobra goes down, and now he's in a 1v2 situation. The plant is coming right in. The push is here. Will he get the kill? No, he does not. Kajit with the final kill with the L8 assault rifle will be able to eliminate Mike. As we take a look at it in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, round 2 goes to the favor of a Team Demon's Force on second floor trophy. As we proceed to round 3, second floor trophy room will be the side yet again, and hopefully we might be able to see some interesting 6-pick coming in from both the teams. Well, round 3 will proceed. The site will be the same yet again, although even with the early kill that came in, right, especially on the side of ESM, I believe it was Pakhtun Kid who did eliminated Asterix, who was apparently pushing in from the reading room to get the control of the AVG. Didn't get the frag, but with the push that Demon's Force did come in, one pushing from the 90s hallway, one pushing from the landing, thanks to the Slash using his frag grenades to take out the Vulcan shields. Although I'm not quite sure whether there was an ADS being placed. I did hear the ADS trying to capture one of the projectiles, but unfortunately the Vulcan shield was done and dusted, which the attackers did proceed to push into the site. With that, we are going to proceed to round 3. We do see a 6-pick from Mojo as he picked the Valkyrie. He'll be able to use those cams to good effect to get to know what kind of positions that the attackers is in, especially on the execution phase, so that he'll be able to follow up with the C4s. And with that, Valkyrie will be able to do her duty by taking out the drones and leave the reinforcements to the anchors, thanks to the reinforcement pools, and so that the Romos will be able to mainly focus on placing their utilities, taking out drones, rather than reinforcing themselves. With that, action phase will be in play. We do see 2 players on the side of Demon's Force pushing in towards the balcony of the reading room, followed up with Cobra getting the access of second floor master bedroom. With that, they'll be able to drone it in to see exactly what kind of utilities that the defenders is playing in. And Jaeger with the bullet holes, he's just waiting for the attackers to push in. Sees one, can he gets the connect? No, he does not, but gets a little bit of damage towards the Asterix, as he repositions himself back to the entrance. Very aggressive place from Paktoon Kid as he decides to go for the pre-fire. It would be best enough to just wait for the attackers to push in. A lot of heavy resistance right from the wall, but they don't know Paktoon Kid is playing also very close on the landing. Sees the head, and he will eliminate a Paktoon Kid yet again with the early kill. And this time, it is Kushima Goat who's going to go down. Again, they do want to keep the aggression. They have good amount of information thanks to the Valkyrie cam, but with that pre-fire that just came in right from the 90s hallway, Paktoon Kid is forced to go back to the site. Samurai Esports, they've had good amount of early kills for the past 2 rounds. The only problem is the execution time where Demon's Force gets it covered. With that, Mojo will be able to push in from the red stage, provide cover as best as possible. The drone works will come in, followed up with Lockdown throwing his magnet nades. The concussive nade, quite surprisingly enough, does not catch the projectiles of the ADSs. A lot of flashbangs being thrown, followed up with the nade. That should do the trick of eliminating the Vulcan sheet. C4s being tossed from the Valkyrie. Unfortunately, it won't have an effect to it as Cobra is holding the long angle right from the second floor master bedroom roof towards the second floor trophy. That is a very good angle, and if Hibana goes down, it will be very difficult. And just as I was talking about it, because Kid with the Vector will be able to eliminate it, making the lives of ESM's defense much more easier. But their job is not done yet. 50 seconds left. Khajiz will be able to eliminate one. Lever is going to get another, eliminating Paktoon Kid. And just as I was talking about it, the execution phase of Demon's Force is very strong. And with that, it's just going to be a matter of seconds when they decide to push in from the side. Mike is still in. Lockdown goes down from the second very room with Levi getting a total of double kill in his hand. And with that, Cascade, the only operator left prone from the second very room, won't be able to get it as Asterix will be the one to eliminate him, giving him the win of second floor trophy. Round 3, as we take a look at it in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. Round 4, we are going to proceed to round 4 with Demon's Force in the lead. 2-1 is the scoreline. 2 wins on the attack phase. And with that, in round 4, we're going to be seeing Team ESM, E-Samurai Esports, defending on second floor ABG. They've lost a total of 2 rounds on second floor trophy room. It would be wise for them to go back on the side in which they won on round 1.
That's exactly what we'll be seeing them do. They want to go back and have something more trustworthy to, just bank upon and take a little bit of a confidence booster. At some point, you just need to know when to hang up and walk away. That being said, we'll be into round 4 already, and just the way this match is shaped up to be is definitely throwing me off in terms of what it happens to offer. We haven't really gotten to see E-Samurai Esports except for Paktoon Kid come out with that aggression they usually happen to bring on board. I mean, sure, one could definitely say that, all right, Mojo, Mike, Cuskid, and Lockdown just want to play this a little under the radar, but hey, Paktoon Kid's been the only one, trying actively out there, trying to get that entry fragging possible role justified, at least for the side of ESM, but that's just not able to cut it. They're definitely lacking that roaming, I would say, roaming cohesion between themselves. And there you go. Finally, we're going to be getting to see Mojo come up with a little bit of a vertical partnership of her own. That's Paktoon Kid going to be on the very long hold, all the way on the side of the closet. It's definitely going to be an interesting look to see how Paktoon happens to get himself a nice rag this time around, because he's definitely been pulling the weights, at least for his team, when it comes down to counting on him. You can. But sadly, he's not been surviving till the end of the rounds. Speaking of surviving till the end of the rounds, will he be able to survive this one though? He's already being droned out. He knows that his location is being given away, and that means there's so many eyes on him right now that he's got to be very careful in terms of how he happens to choose his next step. Drones taken care of and just happening to fall back, I believe. Just able to land. Maybe a lucky headshot is what he's expecting out of that wall bang. Oh, he might as well be able to walk away with one, as he almost gets that onto Asterix. Now that information trade-off is already happening, and that means it'll be Cobra to take that advantage. I'm not sure where he happened to pick that kill away from, but he got that from the 90 hallway. Mojo, meanwhile, does walk away with the C4 kill, and that's going to be the Sophia we talked about. Levi pushing up from the side of the Fox window. We've still got Tsukushima Goat all the way on the side. Excuse me there. We've still got Tsukushima Goat all the way on the side of On the side of Astronomy, he's going to come up the side of Statue and push up landing as we happen to see him do that. A very trusty operator that he's got running for himself is definitely going to be a very interesting outlook as to how he happens to use it. It is definitely going to be a movement that his team happens to count on. A 4 versus 4 man counts equalized as we hit the 1 minute mark. We're getting to see Khajiit go for a possible. I think he's going for a possible chef's nade here. That's exactly what I think is going to happen. He's still got 2 nades in his back pocket. That's the only thing it could mean. While Tsukishima Goat already close to sight. That's awfully close, honestly. And he's going to find a frag with it as well. Pakhtunkhot is going to take the fall. And that was the firepower that the side of ESM happened to bring shut down once again. Mike expelling all of his gas grenades while Mojo is going to be taken down as well. I'm not sure from who though. That is some good flank watch coming in from the side of the attackers, and that means it's all on to Mike and Lockdown to make sure this works out for them. But Tsukishima goes already inside, but he loses that fight. Mike gets that headshot connect, but the plan is already going down. He's going to come up with the smoke canister first and foremost, but it's a little too late. He's going to poke this in a post plan. Mike will be able to walk away with frag, and he gets a triple. In fact, that's going to be from the canister and the follow-up on the SMG, but he gets shut down finally by Cobra. A 1 versus 1 Cobra has turned this into Lockdown. Definitely he's going to be feeding the heat. He's done some damage. He knows that Mojo is already down, and that means it's a 1 versus 1. He's going to go for the defuse right now. It's going to be a close one, but no, the Bearing 99 is not going to go in his favor because he swings wide, and that'll be Lockdown. He's taking the advantage in the gunfight. He's taking the wider angle, and that's what is going to be putting the Wamai at least get Esamura Esports round 4 on board. Just from the way that things have been, definitely looking so much more brighter with that clutch coming in. We'll be taking a quick look at that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. It's definitely an amazing clutch coming in from the side of the defense. But hey, is just the answer back to what Demon's Force happened to bring out for themselves. It's just that you could not be taking this advantage a little too easy as expected. ESM is putting up a fight, and more than just that, it's headed to round 5. 1 round before the role swap. Well,
the score line with Lockdown, an amazing clutch that we did get to witness there. And also, I do have to appreciate Mike having a total of 3 kills with the SMG-11, making sure that the defenders will be able to win that 1v3 situation. Actually, it was a 3v3. The Valkyrie was down due to the fact that she decided to go for a run out right from the red hallway window. And the second in which Mike and Pakhtunkhot, I believe, who was playing as the Vamai. Actually, no, it was Lockdown. I do have to apologize for that. I just kind of got... I just kind of forgot what I was talking about. But hey, all in all, a very good defense plays coming in from ESM as we proceed to round 5. First floor dining will be the side. We do see 2 players on the side of defense, a defender side, Pakhtunkhot and the Valkyrie, who will be able to hold this room with the help of Pulse with his cardiac sensors to give good amount of information, unless if they lose the control of second floor master bedroom or statuary room. With that, the action phase will proceed. This for ESM, they have a total of 2 defense rounds left to make things happen. At least having good amount of scores in the first half would provide Esamura Esports a little bit of help when it comes to pushing in. Followed up with Asterix, a team killing his teammate as Khajiit goes down. Unfortunately, the sledge with the breaching hammer plus a total of 2 frag grenades won't be available, unfortunately. With that already in a man disadvantage, Demon's Force is forced to push into the site, not having any soft breaches. Quite interestingly enough, we don't see the attackers decide to gain control of second floor master bedroom, but decides to just hold angles instead. The Claymore will be placed right from the windows of Memorial Hall to prevent any pushes coming in from the defenders. The cardiac sensors will be able to detect how many players have currently decided to push in from the laundry, so that they'll be able to make sure that they don't need to proceed that much of a pressure. Although I believe that would be a vault trick right from the barricade holes in which it's been used. Maybe not. I'm just kind of guessing for now. But anyways, talking about the match in hand, 2 players, actually 3 players the Hibana, Ash, and one of the players were apparently pushed in. Doesn't see the run out from the second floor master bedroom as Kushima Goats takes 2 kills. Mike and Lockdown goes down, followed up with the refrag as Mojo still keeps the dream alive. Also, the push comes in from Valkyrie. She will win that gunfight yet again, gets a double kill, which leads to Levi all by himself and needs to clutch it out on a 1v3 situation here. He is in the trophy entrance, opening up the barricades, which will proceed to push in. Doesn't see the Jaeger holding in as Cusked will be able to eliminate Levi. Samurai Esports will be able to gain the lead, winning round 5 first floor dining. As we take a look at it in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, Samurai Esports have been making some extraordinary plays thanks to Mojo getting those 2 important kills, one pushing in from the memorial and the second pushing in from kitchen. Very important kills which gave ESM the win on first floor dining. As we proceed to the last round of the first half, we do see Samurai Esports defending on second floor trophy room, the same room where Demon's Force won against them 2 times in a row.
Exactly, it's gonna be a tough fight at least. But hey, Samurai Esports taking the maximum that they can at least in the first half of this match is what we're expecting to see out of them. Let's see if they're able to stand up to that or not. Mojo has brought up the Valkyrie once again, and looks like they're really loving the emphasis of this operator in terms of how they like to approach this, because it's definitely one of those information trade-off ops you can really rely on. You've got Mike running the Legion as well, along with that, at least in terms of trade-off information. I got Cusked. He's going to be bringing out the Goyo. So looking very strong in terms of how they want to grab away this opportunity for Demon's Force to try and bring out the equalizer. That's going to be the objective for the side of Samurai Esports for sure. But hey, walking into this match, we've had different thoughts. And this match just keeps perplexing me all the while more, because we're still not able to lay a finger in terms of how Villa is supposed to be played. And yeah, at least in terms of how they happen to be approaching this. I mean, we obviously do know how Villa is supposed to be played, but no. Just on a rather specific scale right now, we're getting to see quite the mix what is being thrown in from both these sides, and it's definitely coming out to be unpredictable. ESM, I've got to say this about them. They definitely have I would say not exactly been so outgoing about the gunfights they used to take earlier. They've been a little shy about that, but it's definitely the firepower on the side of ESM is lacking from like quite a bit, at least in terms of how the history happens to speak. But Pakhtun Kid already proving me wrong is going to get the first frag in. He's been this man doing this work for the side of ESM. But meanwhile, Cobra is here with the refrag quickly enough, and he's going to get the Legion. There'll be no more of those mines coming in from the side of that operator. A 4v4 and the breaches are already going off on the side of bedroom. We've got the push up from the side of Pakhtun Kid. This could be huge if he happens to time this right, but he's got to make sure he does it though. Meanwhile, Cusked walking away with another frag is definitely very trusty vector that he's been able to use. He'll be able to walk away with that one on the bar counter. Meanwhile, an angle being opened up from the side of Khajiit. It'll be Tsukishima who walks away with that frag instead. That's the Ash once again with the diffuser as well. Quite interestingly, so it's the Ash on the diffuser. It's most possibly the person you'll be sending out to look for heads. But hey, you want him to sit down and plan the lunchbox. Let's see what this happens to bring out though. Pakhtun Kid already picking up another fight, but his position's being given away and he's got to move back and forth. He's just doing so much more gymnastics here right now, because he's definitely found himself in quite the spot. There's 2 attacks coming up from the side of landing, but there's a suspicion. There's just some suspicion from the side of Tsukishima Goat, I believe, that a possible flank could be on its way, and that's why he's just gonna quickly move back and forth and see if that is exactly what is happening. Mojo allowed this aggression. Tsukishima Goat is gonna get that kill anyway on that flank, but oh, this could be huge. The Valkyrie is gonna swing wide and get the frag onto Cobra. That's gonna be the retake as well on the side of bedroom area, and now they can watch this side with relative ease. Tsukishima Goat still the man with the diffuser. Is going to go with the plant. There's going to be cover from the side of the attack as well, and that means it's not going to be a whole lot for them to worry about. And there you go, the post-plant situation is where we headed. I'll get the first frag and we'll get the second as well. Khajiit with that beautiful 2K. Look at that. Look at that finishing kill. He's going to get the first frag in on the rotation and then the long angle. Beautiful finish and very well done. So for the side of Demon's Force is definitely something that they needed. They definitely needed to bring out the equalizer for themselves and stop the momentum that Samurai Esports was trying to gain for themselves. 3-3 is going to be the scoreline as we're headed to round 7 with the role swap into play. Samurai Esports will be on attack. It's definitely going to be an interesting turn of events as to how this second half happens to shape up to be.
Well, we are going to proceed to the second half with Demon's Force winning 3 attack rounds on second floor trophy. With Kushima Goat having a total of 7 kills, we do see a 6 pick from Mojo as he switches from the Zofia to the IQ. IQ has been considerably picked. We did get to see an IQ being picked even when Demon's Force was on attack. It's mainly just to make sure that they'll be able to eliminate those useful information cams of Valkyrie, so that they'll be able to not mainly focus on the flanks or the runouts which arrive from the defenders, and mainly focus towards the site. With Asterix playing as the Valkyrie, we do see a Jackal being picked from Paktoon Kid. We did see him performing, I mean, not just performing, I would say he had a total of 3 early kills, actually 4 early kills, I believe. 3 kills right from the second floor trophy room, having a total of 4 kills. Those were just some very aggressive plays from the Jaeger, but this time he'll just be able to play as the Jackal with his Inox scanners to provide information and eliminate the roamers as fast as possible. With that, action phase will proceed. The players of Samurai Esports will be spawned near the fountain as they will proceed to gain the control of second floor statuary room. Meanwhile, Paktoon Kid will open up the barricade which connects to the basement so that they won't be able to have any cheeky surprises from Demon's Force, especially the plays that we might be able to see from Tsukushima Goat. Sometimes we might be able to see him play some roaming players, but for now he's just going to be playing as the Jaeger because his ADS is proves to be quite efficient when it comes to denying any utilities from the attackers. With that, Mojo proceeds to push in, gaining the control of Statuary Room. The only thing that they have to worry about is the 90 hallway and the site. With that, the Jackal will be able to track exactly where Valkyrie's location is, which is right from below his exact location. He has a total of 2 more pings to proceed, and Jackal will never stop until Valkyrie has been taken down. That's a lot of problems and also pressure being dealt with the Valkyrie, which would force her to not use any C4s. And talking about it, Lockdown will be able to eliminate Kushima Goat, an early frag and an early operator. The Jaeger is going to go down. We do see some rotations being made right from the vault, which would give the attacker a lot of opportunities if they have an access in the first place. The Valkyrie cams will be able to detect that there is the attacker's zone currently trying to gain information right from the 90s hallway, so Levi needs to be prepped and ready. With that, he actually sees the head. Will he get it? Yes, he does. Levi, with a precise kill, will be able to eliminate Lockdown, but his job's not done yet. There is still Nomad pushing very slowly, followed up with the IQs trying to gain the control on the wall, followed up with Paktoon Kid eliminating one more player. That would be Asterix, who's going to go down. With that, a lot of time being wasted, a lot of patience being used on the side of the attackers, as they only have to worry about Levi's positioning here. Does he know the push comes in? Yes, he does. The pre-fire will come in, but the gunfight who's going to win is none other than the Nomad. With that, Cobra is also going to get one more. Paktoon Kid is going to go down right from below, but he needs to be careful of the IQ, who is apparently pushing in. Kajit with the beautiful SMG spray, eliminating Mike, which leads to a 2 players remaining. Cobra with an excellent peek of getting himself the double kill, taking out Mojo as Kuskid, the only operators left. The only operator left pushes from the vault, needs to find 2 players. The push comes in. Does he seize the head? Yes, he does. Beautiful pre-fire, which would force him in a 1v1 situation. He has the diffuser in hand, proceeds to go for the plant. Will it be a fake? Is the biggest question here. Kajit is going to get backed out from the air jabs. The plant is in. And with that, it's a post-plant situation here. Kuskid with a huge amount of HP being taken out, but the push from the shotgun is going to win, as Kajit will be the one eliminating the Nomad. which be able to give them the win on round 7, second floor AVG. A wonderful hold from Demon's Force, although they had a lot of problems right from the early round. The Jackal being tracked from the Valkyrie, but all in all, it did work out well. As we look at it in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, round 7 goes to the favor of Team Demon's Force as we proceed to round 8. 4-3 is the score line, and the site will be on second floor trophy and statuary room.
Well, that being said, we're headed to round 8 right here. And hey, just like Baba happened to say, Demon's Force a very, very standard display of defense of at least of their style on the side of Villa. We've definitely got a very good lineup showing exactly how textbook Villa is defended. That being said, we're headed to trophy and statutory, excuse me, as we're done with the games and aviator rooms part. It's definitely going to be a very interesting take how they happen to bring out this extended roam. R6S has brought out the mute. We've got Khajiit. Then we've got the SAS brothers at least occupied from the side of the defense. Tsukishima Goat will be running this all trusty Jaeger, while Cobra will be on the Vamai once again. It's definitely going to be an interesting take as to see how Pakhtoon Kid happens to contribute with the Jackal pick coming in from himself, because it's just from the looks of it, the Jackal just happens to have so much more to offer on a map like Villa than just happen to bring out the Inox scanner. You've got the smokes, you've got the shotgun, you've got so much more potential as to how you just can approach this. But yeah, let's see how that happens to work out. Zofia being employed by Mojo. We've got Mike running on the Hibana as well. Lockdown, he's brought out the sledge, while the Nomad will be taking care of the flanks at least. Some late round, or at least early round, that is action phase stuff going on from the side of the defense. They're just getting some prep done, getting some hatches open and taken care of and whatnot, just in case they want to go for that sweet little rotate. Already aggression coming in for Tsukishima Goat. He wants to peek this window wide. Alright, this could be ballsy if he happens to pull this off, but I don't think he'll be able to. He's got some cover from his friend Khajiit. He's going to be, in fact, the one who happens to grab away some attention as well, but that's just not the case. They've gotten a drone and they've fallen back. That's enough crippling done already to the side of the attack, because you're already bringing out so much more, at least in terms of taking out so much more, at least in terms of how the attackers intend to go out, and they don't intend to go into this match blind. Mojo making his way in. He's got the study room control all by himself. Very rightfully so. An amazing player with an amazing caliber. He's got himself a nice drone to work with, and he's got himself a free entryway inside the side of trophy rooms and games room. We got aviator room control taken by him as well. Meanwhile, the push is being stalled yet again by these mute jammers and the defense that is coming in from the side of Demon's Force. It's definitely Tsukishima Goat is a little too greedy about this. Maybe he might fly too close to the sun. Will that be the case or not? Pakhtoon Kid meanwhile finds a frag though, and that's going to be Asterix to take the fall. The Jackal finally standing up to what he happened to bring out, at least in terms of being that hunter for himself. Tsukishima Goat still holding this angle strong. He's got himself possibly the play of the moment if he happens to play this right, but I'm afraid a drone is going to spot him first. No, this might just be the play. Oh, he's going to get the Nomad. Does he get the second kill? No, he's very swift. He moves back to site after getting the first frag in, but that's only the man count equalizer. A 4 versus 4 is what we're back at. So Kishima Goat is out looking for more. Excuse me there. They still got him taking the double kill though. There we go, people. It's going to be Pakhtoon Kid taking the fall, and the Jackal will not be surviving that. He's got himself another angle being employed, and he's just playing this to and fro between himself and his gun. That's with the carbine. He's just allowed to swing between the sides, but meanwhile it'll be Cobra to find Mike, Mojo, and Lockdown is all that is remain. The Zofia and the Sledge for that matter. Oh, Tsukishima Goat. Are you kidding me? The man gets himself a nice quad kill towards the end of the round. I apologize for my lack of excitement, but just happened to tip over my mic at the exact same moment. That happened to grab my attention as well, but no. My eyes were on the screen at least while that stellar performance from the Jaeger comes in. 4K, the quad kill coming in from the man. Look at that. We'll be taking a quick look at that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. At least towards the finishing kills. But what a beauty of a shot there from the side of Tsukushima Goat. Senpai definitely popping off is going to put them on a 5-3 scoreline as we're headed to round 9 with Demon's Force staying one round away from match point.
Well, Tsukushima Goat, 4 kills. He just kept rotating from the side from second floor trophy to statuary room time and time again. He also kind of waited for a minute to either take out the drone or wait for the attackers to push in so that he'll be able to take it. And looks like that actually worked out. Followed up with him taking out the drone. He just kept rotating back from second floor statuary to trophy, and he gets a total of 4 kills. Although we did see Cobra eliminating one of them, or which would make the ace. It would have been an ace for Tsukushima Goat, but for now, teamwork makes the dream work. And hopefully, on round 9, first floor dining, we might be able to see Demon's Force putting themselves on match point. Talking about these, just taking a look at the scoreboard, we do see Tsukushima Goat having a total of 11 kills, and with that, it's just going to be a matter of moment where the defenders finishes up their placements of utilities, especially Asterix, who's playing as the Capcan. These EDDs will be able to prove very useful if it is well hidden. With that, actually, we will proceed to the action phase. Paktoon Kid and the Zofia getting the control of the balcony towards on reading as they push it towards to a particular room to get those control as fast as possible. Although they do need to be careful of the Capcan's EDDs, so they really need to be careful and make sure that to use those ping 2.0 systems as best as possible so that they'll be able to take it out. Asterix will get pinged from the Jackal's Inox scanners, having a total of 3 pings, but unfortunately, him being in the site, the attackers will be able to have a lot of problems dealing with them. With that, one of the EDs will be taken out, followed up with a little bit of lines of sight being used right from below from the statuary room. Although the connection, or I would say the hold from the defenders, doesn't quite work out well in their favor, but they have the control of statuary room, in which the attackers will now proceed to use either their breaching charges or their utilities to make lines of sight right from below and memorial. With that, a lot of time being used to open up the breach, as I was talking about it, as one of the C4s from the defenders will be taken out, and I believe it's going to be Kajit. Actually, it's not from Kajit. It should be from Asterix with him using the C4. Second C4 comes in. The confirmation, yes, it does. Kuskid is going to go down, but he is not out just yet. Their teammates will be able to pick him back, but the only problem is he has a total of 20 HP. With lockdown, reviving his teammate back up, the only problem that they do need to deal with is yet another C4 and those cardiac sensors providing them information to the defenders. With that, a lot of damage being taken, and looks like Paktoon Kid will be able to get one player, and that's going to be Kajit. The Pulse, with him being eliminated, those cardiac sensors won't be available for the defenders, which means no more information for them. Followed up with the Levi, the SMG-11 makes his work as he eliminates Paktoon Kid. The aggressive plays from Cobra will be able to find one, but the refrag will come in right from the hatch as Kuskid eliminates him. With that, a 3v3 situation, this might go to the favor of Demon's Force unless and until if that push comes in. Tsukushima Goats eliminating Kuskid, giving them the control of the diffuser on the hands of the defenders. With that, 30 seconds left for the attackers as Tsukushima Goat makes wonders, eliminating Mojo. With that, 1v2 situation left on the side of Samurai Esports. Lockdown in a very bad position, very low HP. The nade will be able to throw in. Will it work out? No, it does not. Asterix with the final kill as he decides to flank in right from the memorial room, will be able to get the final kill towards the sledge. As we look at it in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, Demon's Force is on match point, ladies and gentlemen. Round 10 will commence, and all Demon's Force needs to do is win one more round to secure their win against Samurai Esports. Same thing goes to ESM. All they need to do is win a total of 3 attack rounds in a row so that they'll be back in the game. With that, round 10, we'll see what kind of side it's going to be. It will be on second floor aviator room, and let's see how well the cookie crumbles.
Well, it's definitely in the favor of Demon's Force so far. They've just brought out the better plays just in terms of how a solo caliber is compared. They've definitely been feeling so much more in control, and hey, peak performance, this is exactly what it looks like. I'm just kidding. It's just the fact that Demon's Force is looking a little stronger. than just where ESM happens to stand at. They're definitely lacking that firepower, as I happened to just talked about. ESM looking a little shy as to how they happen to take gunfights, at least when it came to maps like Villa. It's definitely one of those maps where they could pop off and just find those little windows where you could exploit their enemies. But looks like ASM is just not feeling it right now, and I can only understand why that's going on, because Demon's Forces definitely come out very strong from the beginning of this match. We did see ourselves getting into the equalizer with the equalized scoreline. Getting into halftime with the equalizer scoreline. I just happen to sometimes question myself why I do have those brain lag moments. But yeah, that out of the way, we do have the setup being done and dusted from the side of the defense. We've got the GSN brothers into play this time around. That'll be Levi on the bandit this time, and it's still Tsukushima Goat on the Jaeger. Very understandably so. I can only know why Demon's Force has selected to go with that pick once again. But hey, it's definitely going to be eyes on him. But meanwhile, Paktun Kid already making his way in through the wine cellars. Just going to be getting that breach done with the shotgun. Like we said, it's very good, just the way it happens to be in terms of, and at least in terms of their approach in attack. The fact that Jackal happens to offer so much more. Oh, Levi already taking some damage from the side of Mojo. Mojo definitely knows that greed is not exactly the best thing right now, and pushing him will not be the wisest thing either. Just gonna fall back for the bit. It's gonna take a goo mine. It's gonna take care of that as well. No follow-up C4s coming to that. That was just a normal goo mine that you happen to come across. No bait plays coming in from the side of the defense, at least not yet. Demon's Force looking to pick these gunfights rather. Tsukushima Goat is going to get taken down early. This time it's going to be from the side of Paktun Kid, right downstairs on the side of Library. As oh boy, that is so sad. Asterix and Tsukushima Goat suddenly have left the game, and now we've found ourselves in a 3 versus 5 that Levi, Cobra, and Khajiit have got to clutch out for themselves. Levi watching the doorway on the side of Aviator. We've got Khajiit on the smoke as well. He's watching the main entrance. That a push-up could come in any moment. Now the Jackal's got to spot his head. That's going to be an easy one for Paktun Kid to walk away with. Levi, meanwhile, is here to try to keep things alive for his team. Mojo is going to be the one to take the fall, but the push is already happening in. Here's the Bandit to take the fall. Finally, that'll be from the Hibana to take the push. Mike is in control. He's got the steering wheel in hand, and he's going to go swing wide all the way on the side of the counter of the bar as he attempts the plant. Cobra wanted to go for this frag. He won't be surviving that either, people. That'll be Paktun Kid. Get himself a 3K. As I just happened to speak about how important, Jackal happens to be as just as a player, just as an op, and hey, just as everything else. Yeah, it does happen to be one of those things that being put aside will be headed ahead into this match. 6-4 is going to be the scoreline.
Well, with that, we are going to go for a rehost since two players on the side of Team Demon's Force have been unfortunately disconnected. So they are going to take their first rehost. But so we'll be back for the I mean, we are actually back at the caster seat to actually discuss about what actually happened in the first and second half, so that the teams will be able to come back, join in the lobby, and so they'll be able to come back and talk about it in the first place. So talking about the ban phase, we do see a Thatcher, Ace, Mira, and Melusi. Ace, you don't get to see that ban more often. You might be able to see either a Nomad being banned or a Zofia or an Ash if you're thinking of neutralizing one of the utilities to make sure that the attackers will have a hard day dealing with those deployable shield followed up with ADSs and the magnet systems. I know it's a lot, but taking I mean we actually do see a Maverick being banned instead of the Ace. So I believe the reason why they did ban Ace is to make sure that the attackers won't have that much how can I call this, the versatility when it comes to the movement, as well as opening up the hard breaches as fast as possible, so that they do have to worry about the site and the other stuff. But talking about the push, especially when ESM was on defense, I believe Paktoon Kid, I believe I actually, yeah, it was Paktoon Kid who was playing as the Jaeger, who who was doing all the heavy lifting. Early kills, like for around total of 3 to 4 rounds consecutively, he got a lot of early kills, and then he just decides to fall back rather than deciding to just hold the site. That actually gave Demus Force the opportunity to get control of the site and make sure that the defenders won't be able to go for a flank as best as possible. In which you did see Demus Force winning a total of 3 attack rounds in a row. That was on second floor trophy. All Pakhtunkhwa did was get that early frag, decide to just push back to, eliminate one, push back from the site, and just wait for the attackers to push in which the attackers always gets the upper hand in the execution phase, and it led ESM having a lot of problems dealing with the second floor trophy. Now, talking about the second half, Demon's Force winning a total of 3 defending rounds in a row. They were about to get the fourth defense win, but unfortunately, with them being disconnected, ESM gets the win, and they were forced to go for a rehost. Hopefully, we might be able to get the teams back to the lobby. We'll be able to resume back the match as best as possible. So talking about it, yeah, it is 6-3. Actually, it is 6-4, in which Demus Force is on match point, whereas ESM needs to win a total of 2 rounds so that they'll be able to get back in the game, and hopefully we might be able to see overtime. Now, I do have to ask a question for you, Foxy. The amount of plays that you do get to see on defense, especially Paktoon Kid, who was making an impressive play on defense, we did not get to see him quite a lot on the second half. I'm quite not sure why, what happened to him. So maybe, like, can you just talk about it on what exactly happened on that on the second half?
Definitely. The second half, I think it was a little bit more on the favor of Demon's Force anyway. Just the way they happened to be panning out their attacking rounds. But yeah, it's definitely turned out to be a very interesting turn of events. ESM, I've said this twice already during the match. I'm going to say this one more time. It's the straight up fact that they're not able to survive gunfights against Demon's Force, at least not when that's being done under scrutiny. So yeah, it's definitely something that they're not able to face, and just not able to take the heat of the moment, and that is what is costing them. Honestly, all of those rounds that they happen to come down to, it was just because Demon's Force was quicker to realize their mistakes and quickly pin them down and take care of them. That being said, Demon's Force, it's not like Demon's Force is able to beat them at every coming circumstance, right? It's been ESM able to give them a very fitting reply back to back whenever that. Excuse me once again there. It's like not the best day, not the best day for my voice. Excuse me once again. This is definitely not something you want to hear on the stream, but yeah. It's, speaking of something that I happen to talk about, the fact that ESM, they definitely could not bring in that randomness, that firepower that they usually have, and it's just what's been costing them so much and so far. That being said, over to you, Baba Guston. How you think the ban phase happened to go down? Just a quick breakdown of how that match happened to start off, because we did get to see an ace ban. So just how the meta happens to change up so many things. Please, some look at that.
Yeah, talking about the ban phase, we do see a Thatcher, Ace, Mira, and Melusi. Most of the time on defense, you might see a Maverick, or sorry, actually not a Maverick, the Maestro or the Valkyrie being banned on the side of defense, but it is going to be the Melusi, those Banshee deterrents, which would prove the on the side of the attack phase a lot of. I wouldn't say a lot of problems dealing with, because this ban, I believe this was from on the ban side of Demon's Force. So Thatcher, Ace, Mira, and Melusi. Quite an interesting ban, because right now Demon's Force is in attack in second half, in which they don't have to worry about Melusi. The only thing that they do need to worry about is either the smoke gas canisters, which is always a compulsory. Second would either be a Maestro's Evil Eye Cam, even if it is placed on 90 hallway, and also the third is the Valkyrie, in which we actually did get to see her being played quite a lot, especially when ESM was on defense, even when Demon's Force was on defense. And talking about the match history, in the first half, it was 3-3. The score was equalized, with the Demon's Force winning total of three attack rounds on second floor trophy. And then in the second half, where Demus Force win total of 3 rounds on round 7, 8, and 9 on the second floor aviator, second floor trophy, and first floor dining room. Quite an important wins on the side of Demus Force. They were about to get almost a flawless win on second half, but unfortunately in round 10, second floor aviator room, ESM did. They actually did win one attack round in which it would make a total of 6-4. 6 to Demus Force and 4 to E Samurai Esports. An interesting match. I would say that the game is not done just yet, although there is a rehost. We do have to apologize for the number of times that we do have to deal with. Just some technical issues, but hopefully we'll be able to arrive right back as soon as possible. But talking about ESM, Paktoon Kid with the, I mean, to be honest, I do love how aggressive Paktoon Kids plays, even on both defense as well as on offense. You did see the Jaeger who decides to go up against the Ash, who was trying to push in from the reading room towards the second floor AVG, in which the Jaeger did get one kill and then just decide to just go back. The aggressiveness did pay off in the attack, I believe, where the Jackal was trying to find the footprint of the Valkyrie, in which he did get good amount of information but could not get the confirmation just in time. In which all Demus Force had to do is to just wait for ESM to push into the site, and they did exactly that. Tsukushima got 4 kills. All he had to do was to just keep on shuffling from second floor statuary room to trophy room. It was like I was, watching a boxing match where where a particular boxer just he just bobs and weave left and right, left and right. He's just waiting for the attackers to show their head, and all Tsukushima God had to do was to just eliminate them, in which it was an amazing 4K that I do get to witness from Tsukushima God. And also Samurai Esports, they are having a lot of problems dealing, especially on the side of attack. I do appreciate them using the Jackal as well as the Jackal and the Sophia, trying to take out the Romers as fast as possible, but the amount of time being wasted from the defenders, it is working out so well. Not only that the body has been dropped, but they are safely back to the site without having any problems dealing with the attackers, and it's been happening for them for the past 3 defending rounds. All ESM has to do is to make sure that they get the control on the site, or either eliminate the rumors as fast as possible, open up the walls which are kind of either from the second floor statuary room or from the AVG, so that they'll be able to go for either a smoke plant. You do have the Jackal with the smoke grenades, you do have the Sledge with the nades. If there is any particular players who is trying to play near the site, he'll be able to at least go for a chef nade, so that he'll be able to eliminate it. But all in all, it's just going to be a matter of moment where ESM needs to deal with a lot of problems in hand. But for now, Demus Force in a very solid lead, and ESM almost gaining. I mean, almost. They're just behind them. They're just waiting for those 2 attack rounds to win. Although on the attacking side of Villa is not that favorable for them, knowing for the fact that the defenders always have their angles, they always gets those early kills, and most probably the attackers, all they have to do is to just wait for the defenders to either make a mistake, or they would just go for a bait, so that they'll be able to if the defenders will be able to eliminate one, the instant refrag would come in. And talking about the refrag game from ESM is working out pretty well from both the teams, to be honest. ESM and Demus Force. Although, sadly for ESM on the attack phase, they've only won on second floor ABG, which would put them in a very, very difficult spot. And with that, we just have a total of 16. Actually, it's not 16 rounds left from. I don't know why I said 16 rounds, because on a game of Siege it only has a total of 15 rounds, where round 15 is the main round in which we get to decide who's going to win. I don't know why I said 16 rounds. I was about to say we still have 4 rounds left. Actually, we have a total of 5 rounds left for both of these teams to know whether what's going to happen. Will the defenders going to be able to win it out, or will ESM will be able to eliminate? And yeah, actually, I'm running out of words. I don't know what more to talk about it, but uh, talking about the matches that we did get to see, Foxy, like Division 3, Division 2 matches are very exciting. And also, I almost forgot to mention, Season 3 registrations are out, ladies and gentlemen. If you do want to register for the the Rainbow Six Siege Pro League, all you have to do is head on towards the Esports Club. Link is in the description. Go out, register, so that you'll be able to go in from the qualifiers phase, and hopefully we might be able to see you guys in Division 3, where we might be able to see, cast some matches with you. Hopefully we might be able to see a superstar being born in Division 3. I am very excited for that moment, and I'm still, have hope and faith in the South APAC region. We see some interesting talents. We do see some amazing plays, amazing 4Ks, and also a C4. I mean, an impressive C4s from these talented players. We might be able to see some rising star who is still having a lot of problems, getting their team, but you don't have to worry about it. There is solo registrations as well. So for you guys, if you are if you are looking to join in, even though you don't have a team, you don't have to worry about it. Solo registration is also available, so that you'll be able to join in a team with a similar MMR, and you'll be able to head in towards the qualifier phase. We do have to apologize with a lot of a lot of time being taken right from the from the lobby. We're just having some technical difficulties, but hopefully we'll be able to be right back right from the 2 or 3 minutes mark. And yeah, that's I have nothing more else to say, Foxy. I don't know.
Honestly, you've pretty much pretty much said everything there is. If
I mean, I just, yeah, to be honest, I
yeah.
just shifted the gear from 0 to 125 without even going to gear 5.
You
That's exactly what I
exactly.
did right
That's
now.
exactly. I think I couldn't have put it better myself. Honestly, that's like the best explanation you happen to give out for yourselves,
Mm-hmm.
and that in itself is an accomplishment. I think. That's just a joke, people. I'm just kidding. We're here just having some fun, at least. But yeah, Baba Gusta definitely a very enchanting storyteller, if I may. He definitely has me indulged in what he happens to say. And hey, half of the time I wonder, even if he's talking about something that doesn't make sense, he's still going to make it sense. May make you feel like, all right, he's saying something. He's gonna get you interested. That's what Baba Gusta happens to do, and that's why I love his analysis sections. At least after the match is done, just walking us down and running us through all of that statistic stuff from the side of him. So yeah, that put
Thank
aside
you,
was
Foxy.
most
Thank you.
definitely no problem, Baba Gusta. But we here almost ready into the match, but sadly we've got a disconnection at the last moment. That's what we're waiting on. We're just waiting on the players, giving them some time to change up their internet apparently, as that's what is going down. But that's okay. We want to make sure that the match goes down smooth because it's not done yet. Demon's Force might sit on the match point, but we're still way far from where we happen to sit, at least in terms of how this match is supposed to be ending, because anything could go down. Samurai Esports could come up with the comeback on Villa. Villa does happen to offer moments like these. We've seen stuff like that come out quite a bit, and yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting match. That's for sure.
I mean, that's for sure, Foxy. And we do have to apologize yet again. We're just waiting for the last player on the side of Demon's Force to come in, so that they'll be able to, join in and just resume back the match. Also, yeah, talking about the score. Yeah, talking about the scoreboard, I believe Tsushima God had a total of 11 kills. Although on the first half of attack, he had a total of at least 4 to 5 kills, and then he just made it up in the second half, where he was on defense playing as the Jaeger. He did get a huge amount of kills, 2Ks, 3Ks, 4Ks, you name it. In the second half, he just provided some good wonders, and also a lot of pressure being taken out on the side of Demon's Force, so that they only have to worry about one particular place rather than worrying about multiple angles being compromised. And I mean, it's working out very well on the side of Demon's Force, but for Samurai Esports, you know they have to worry about it. I mean, we did see some great amount of plays, and also I did get to see an amazing 1v2 clutch from Lockdown, I believe, with Mike using his SMG 11. They were in a I believe they were in a post plan situation, which was on the second floor aviator room. Yes, it was on round 4, second floor aviator room, where Mike had a total of 3 kills with the SMG 11 post plan situation. Even though that he did go down, all Paktoon Kid had to do at that time he was playing as the Wamai, the AUG in hand, the assault rifle. All he had to do is to just eliminate two of them, and he did exactly that. He actually went for a fake defuse to force the attackers to push in. At that time it was the Hibana who apparently swings wide with the Baiting 9 SMG. Didn't quite get the shot just yet, and Paktun Kid just wins it out. Having in a very disadvantageous positioning, I would say ESM performed well on defense. They're suffering well. They're suffering a lot on attack. So hopefully, we might be able to see some great plays coming in, especially on the second half. We did, have a lot of time being used from the first rehost. So hopefully, we might be able to see some impressive plays coming in from Samurai Esports.
Definitely, this Rios has given them time, just to happen to sit down and reconsider what's up and what's not with the team, and try and make some changes if that is necessary for that matter. Because this time also does get awarded to the side of Demon's Force as well. They definitely want to work this out in their favor, and yeah, we'll be looking forward to see what they happen to change up and what they happen to bring. But yeah, most definitely it's going to be that one moment before we have this final reconnection into the lobby. I think we waited quite a while for just to start this game. But yeah, most definitely it's definitely taken quite the toll on Babagusa, going on and on about it. So just gonna be taking a quick short break here, people, and that's right. We'll actually be taking a break, and we'll be right back in just about a short while before we happen to sort stuff up, as looks like the players are just not able to come up onto the lobby. We'll be right back with a short break. It's not going to have any of these technical difficulties be putting us behind, and the R6 action rather is not going to stop on your screens. We'll be right back in just a bit. Stay tuned.
The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD BLACK NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance. The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD BLACK NVMe SSD. by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance. The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power, experience the WD BLACK NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance. The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power, experience the WD BLACK NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance. The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a zero becomes a one, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD BLACK NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance. The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a zero becomes a one, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD BLACK NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance. The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a zero becomes a one, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD BLACK NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Welcome back, and apologies for the delay, but we are finally back and we are going to resume the match of ASM versus Demus Force. Currently, Demus Force is on match point 6-4. The site will be on second floor AVG. And with that, 6-4, the site being on AVG, the defenders finishing up their reinforcements and placing their utilities, they will now wait for the attackers to push in. Action phase will proceed. We do see three players spawn in the fountain. One player, that would be the sledge, who spawned in the main entrance, who will now proceed to get the control towards the second floor trophy and ABG. With that, the astronomy room, the astronomy window will open, followed up with the C4. Doesn't go for the connect, and he will proceed to go back. And yeah, talking about Demon's Force, they have apparently asked in for a sub. But for now, let's just focus on the game at hand right now. Levi, with an incredible push, will be able to handle the aggression well, as he's going to eliminate Mojo, and he's just going to fall back to the side. The same thing goes to Tsukushima Gold, as he eliminates Paktoon Kid, making it a 5v3 situation. Already, two bodies have gone down on the side of Samurai Esports, and Demon's Force are already in a solid lead. All they have to do is make sure that the push from the attackers won't happen, so that they'll be able to secure the win against them. With that, lockdown using lines of sight right from below to hopefully get one, but looks like Demon's Force have gotten undercovered. Tsukushima Go 2 kills, eliminating Cascade, as lockdown eliminates Asterix and gets almost the control of the landing zone, as the smoke will use his shotguns to open up the hatch, in which he'll be able to provide good amount of rotations for the defenders if he decides to use it to make a quick rotate. With that, two players, Mike and Lockdown, who are currently in the landing zone. All they are currently droning it out, fine to see exactly, at least find one or two weakness on their defense strategy, so that they'll be able to at least eliminate them as best as possible. Knowing the fact that Kushima and Levi, both of them are in very low HP, all they need is to get kills, or else Demon's Force will continue their aggression. Smoke canisters will apply to make sure that the push from the attackers doesn't come in, as Mike will be the one who decides to use his drone to give good amount of information to his teammates. But unfortunately, with a lot of time being gone down and 45 seconds left for the clock, they are forced to push in again. An unfortunate disconnect on the side of Demon's Force will be able to give a little bit of hope for Samurai Esports, as it is now a 3-2 situation. The nades will come in, then and yet another total of 3 to 4 flashbangs will proceed to make sure that they have the confirmation, so that they'll be able to take out the deployable shield. They don't know that there is one player who is currently holding on towards the reading room. Lockdown doesn't know it, doesn't have the timing, and which would make it a 3v1 situation. Mike, the only operator left, he is still in the default of ABG, finds one. Does he get the other? No, he does not. Sniper One Candy will be there right from the reading room to eliminate Mike, as they will be the one who will claim the victory against Samurai Esports on map Villa. And with that, 7-4 will be the victory, and it goes to the side of Demon's Force. Well, what an amazing match we do get to see. Although, yes, we did have a lot of problems dealing with it, but 7-4 will be it. Just as I was talking about right from the rehost, we did see one of the players on the side of Demon's Force asked for a substitute, in which Sniper One Candy was there to provide the hold. And with that, Demon's Force, an incredible win and also an amazing set of hold on defense. First half, they had a lot of problems dealing on second floor AVG and first floor dining, but they did recover it very well on the second half. With that, hopefully, we will be able to go back and check relive the moment. But before that, let's just talk about how well these teams have been performing very well. And this is exactly the this is of course the season 2 division 1 day 1, and this is the third match, because this is the second stream, and quite an amazing place that I do get to witness. And hopefully, without further ado, let's just head on in and talk about the matches with relive the moment. Let's just talk about the first half, in which ESM were performing very well right from the defense side. The first half, the first round, Didn't had any problems for ESM. And talking about the second floor trophy hold, in which the eSamurai Hasports had a lot of problems dealing with it. First round, Cascade was popping off with the Kaid, and then we did see some huge unnecessary peaks from the Maestro. Although it wasn't an unnecessary peak, he did get one kill, but he did not get the other, in which Demus Fort had things under control. Although Platoon Kid always made it into a 4v5 situation, especially when it was on second floor trophy room, but did not get the win against it. With that, Demus Fort decides to just push on the aggression, making sure that they would keep the momentum, winning those rounds, and it eventually did work out well in their favor, winning yet again on round 3 second floor trophy room with Levi making a double kill, and also I believe it was Tsukushima Goat with the Ash making those plays as well. And talking about round 4 and round 4, this is where ESM tries to pick up the pace on second floor Aviator room with good amount of holes, and also Lockdown, who was in a 1v2 situation, manages out to clutch it and go for the defuse. And then on round 5, it was first floor dining, in which Mojo was the one who held on to the side as best as possible, all by himself. He was all by himself. Tsukushima got to eliminate 2 of them, and all Valkyrie had to do was to eliminate the other 2, which would force them in a 1v3 situation. And that after that, after the second half, I'll just let Foxy talk about it and explain on what exactly happened.
Well, definitely, just the way the second half started out to be, like, before we happened to go on to the rehearse, Demus first was looking so much more in control, and they looked like we might be able to get to see ourselves a nice 6-3 finish, but that was just not the case. There was a little bit of resistance coming in from the side of Samurai Esports, and that's what I got to think in the second half. But it was, oh, look at that tap coming in from the side of the mute. We did see that shot coming in from Levi. Just a quick look at that as we happen to read the best moments of this match. But speaking of which, this round in itself had so many roller coasters of its own. Look at this, a 2 versus 2 established back and in the control of the defense. Now a 2 versus 1 that has been turned into that Cascade has forgot to fight against, and he did exactly that. It's just that he could not survive the shotgun on such a short range. At least not while Khajiit happens to be the one manning it. That damage, additional damage, definitely helped him out towards the end of that fight. That he happened to take coming to this match. But yeah, most definitely walking away with that shotgun headshot is, I think, what did happen to give him that sense of control, as in how he happens to come out with his team. And Demus Force, they've just been able to allow these moments. Look at that Tsukushima Goat with the quad kill round. He definitely went out popping heads, and he's definitely had one of the best rounds, if not at least coming down to a map like Villa. Speaking of which, once again, Baba, to sum it all down for you, the second half was, did have its own to and fro's, but it definitely was so much more in control to what Demon's Force happened to bring out on board. And they look like they want to finish this fast, and that's exactly what I got to see. They want to finish this fast, and they did exactly that. Usually we don't get to see division matches being this quick, but hey, here we are. And that was quite the match highlights we just got to witness.
I mean, I totally agree on that, Foxy. In round 11, you did get to see how much sheer aggressiveness that you did get to see, especially from Tsukushima Goat and Levi, the GSG9 brothers, making sure that they'll be able to get those aggressive kills as best as possible. And they did exactly that, giving them the win of towards ESM. 7-4 was the scoreline on map Villa. Although we have another match that would be Kira Esports going up against Red Vipers. Now, this match is definitely the ones that I'm really excited to talk about. The double R's going up against the Red Vipers, and an exciting match. And also, we might be able to see some amazing plays that we did get to see from both the teams. And talking about it, on the side of Red Vipers, I believe they were in Division 2, I hope, in which they did, however, promoted back to Div 1, and now they're showing their, they're showing their word to say that, hey, we
honestly, what I'm looking forward to with this match is going to be the fact that this one as well is going to be in Villa.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
So
this is
yeah,
on Villa, actually. This is very an interesting one, Foxy. And yeah, talking about Red Vipers, I mean, they are in Division 2. They will, since they are in Division 1, they are going to prove a point. They are going to make a statement saying that no matter what kind of division that we are in, we are going to show that we are the best. And this might be the time for them to prove that they are worthy or not. But going up against Kira Esports will be a difficult challenge for them because, we do know that Kira Esports is you know very well known when it comes to holding their side, especially on defense. They will make whatever use of their time to make sure that the attacker doesn't get the control on the site, and they've been performing excellently well. And especially on a map like Villa, this is technically Kira's map, to be honest. And Red Vipers, they've just entered in the Lion's Den. The only problem is, do they have the necessity or any strategies to counter the lion, or will the lion get its prey? It's just going to be a matter of question to know that. But unfortunately, for now, we're just going to take a short break. We just getting the teams back, and then we'll be right back with the second match. So until then, go grab some popcorn. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and my dear fellow gamers, welcome back to the WD Black, the Esports Club Pro League for Rainbow Six Siege, supported by Ubisoft and in association with ACT Fibernet and AFK Gaming. I'm Baba Gusta. With me, I have my co-caster and our broadcaster Foxy, as we are here with the last match, Red Vipers versus Kira Esports on map Villa. And already the ban phase has already come in, with the attackers being banned. The Thatcher Blackbeard won't be available on the side of Villa, and on the side of the defense, where Kira Esports band would be the Mira. Quite standard when it comes to the first attacker and defenders ban. The only difference is the second bans, in which the Blackbeard and the Kaid will be banned. And with that, the map will be on Villa. Quite an interesting pick, eliminating the Blackbeard, which would give the attackers lots of opportunities to use their utilities. You still have the Nomad in available, you still have the Zofia, the Ash, to make sure that they'll be able to take out those deployable shield as best as possible. But for now, let's take a look at the rosters. On the side of Kira Esports, we have Rats, Rattler, Atharv, Deathammer, and Catched. And on the side of Team Red Vipers, we have Anaconda, Kurosaki, Invalid, Killsteel, and Seth, as the first site is going to be on first floor dining, followed up with the sixth pick coming in, as the Jaeger will be switched off to the Valkyrie. And I'll just give my Mac back to Foxy and see how well the match goes.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Hey, definitely that's going to be an interesting match for you to witness, as you happen to be on the man on, just chilling and watching this, sitting back and relaxing as everybody else is as well, out in their homes. And that's exactly what you want to do out of these matches, these amazing matches of Division 1 that happen to come out to us. That being said, quite the ban phase. We did get to see a very different ban phase as to what has gone down between the last match and this one. But one thing is definitely not this has not put me off guard, is the fact that we're getting to see almost the same emphasis, just in terms of the operator lineups from both the sides, except from the side of attack. Kira Esports definitely having their peculiar methods and approach to how they happen to form up their attacking strategies is definitely going to be something that you've just got to be a little more careful about. This cannot be too sensitive about it, honestly. But hey, Kira Esports already starting off the map control with a very long angle kill steal. Now that I just happened to notice it, kill steal is here from the Gamer Syndicate fame. He's joined Red Vipers very obviously. So as R6S has happened to make his way somewhere else, we did happen to see where he did make his way to in the last match. That's right, we did have a little bit of a player migration stuff happening from Red Vipers onto the side of Demus. Was definitely R6S a very formidable addition to what he happens to add to his to the roster, and so is Killsteel. Speaking of which, in the match right now, is going to be playing the Bandit. It's going to be alone all the way above, and that's not going to be a point of concern for him. It's going to come down to what these defenders have to offer, at least on side. And by defenders, I mean the anchors. Actually, they definitely going to have to come down to this very dying moments of the round. Invalid already trying to find a frag, but Seth is the one who's awfully close. He's going to get spotted by a drone. That's why he's going to fall back. But already the kill frenzies are starting. Atharv picks up a double kill up. Where is he even getting these frags from? He's just able to walk away with so many of them. It's all coming down to Kurosaki, Anaconda, and Seth. Atharv and Rattler have taken some damage, and nades are coming out from the side of the memorial room. The push is real. Seth, meanwhile, does find a fragger to catch, though. That's going to be on the side of Laundry, but it's not doing a whole lot of damage. It's definitely giving away his position as well. It's definitely going to have to re-engage once again with the Nomad. No, that's going to be the Ash. He's going to take the fall. Rattler unaware to Seth playing so aggressive. Is going to be the one to take the fall. Kurosaki is going to meet the wrath of Atharv. He's on the triple kill so far. Seth, meanwhile, on his own triple before he goes down. And Atharv definitely looking for the quad, but no, he's going to get shut down by Anaconda himself. It's a 1 versus 1 that he's turned it into for himself against Deathammer. But death is in his name. Will he be able to find this fight? Has definitely been a very influential fragger for his team and this tournament for that matter. Anaconda, all eyes on him right now. The castle with the UMP in hand has definitely got to make some wonders for this to work. But Deathammer has been sneaky enough to make his way close to the rotation. I don't think the side of the defense knows this. 20 seconds left, and he peeks wide the corner, and that'll be the kill for Death Hammer to take. Patience is the key, people. Demon's Force will not, Kia Esports, Kia Esports is what I meant to say, will be walking away with the first frag, and with the final frag in the first round, as that'll be the first round once again on Villa. It's definitely, it does happen to be a repetitive experience, when it does come down to a back-to-back map. But hey, that's not a disappointment I speak about. It's definitely a very good match that I think we're into. That being said, round 2 will be underway. We did take a quick look at that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. We did get to see towards the end how Amar just made sure his positioning was all the while more better and just got that frag in. That being said, we'll be underway here with round 2, and once again the Iana pick will be alive from Death Hammer. Let's see what round 2 happens to offer. That being said, over to you, Baba.
Well, round 2 will proceed. Second floor AVG will be the site. We do still see a Iana pick from Death Amar, in which she's technically a unlimited drone to give good amount of information to their teammates, and also those frag grenades in which they'll be able to get those kills as best as possible. With Kira Esports winning their first round of attack, let's see if they could keep the aggression, or will Red Vipers halt it. Do see a huge amount of ADSs and magnet nades being placed right from the reading room, in which the Jaeger will be able to place his ADS as well to give good amount of cover and as well as protection from the projectiles to keep the deployable shield safe. Although Vamai still needs to be careful on the push from the main stairs, so hopefully we might be able to see some some roamer holding the living room or at the art studio as best as possible. With that, we proceed to action phase, where the attackers will proceed to get the control of second floor statuary room. Well, most of the time you do see a attack in which they might push in from the second floor reading room, but this time Kira Esports will push from statuary room instead. Although they do need to be careful of one particular defender, and that would be the Legion, who is in the trophy room entrance, will get detected from Ratz's drone as he proceeds to push in. A lot of pre-fires being drawn out right from the windows of trophy entrance, but unfortunately won't be able to get the kill just yet. Although Seth will be taking quite a lot of damage, which will force him to go back to the 90s hallway as the attackers will proceed getting the control of second floor statuary room. Pre-fires will come in from Seth, almost gets the connect towards the attacker, but unfortunately it was too far. With that, the attackers, especially the Ash, will take out the defender scam, so as Seth taking out the tracker drone, which kills Shield. He has the deployable shield right from the 90s all the way. All he has to do is to wait for the attackers to push in so that he'll be able to get those kills as best as possible. The flashbangs will come in right from the AVG. Total of 2 flashbangs to make sure that there won't be any ADSs being placed, so that they will proceed throwing their smoke grenades, followed up with the Kaids, the Nomads air jabs to make sure that the push from the defenders won't happen. It's going to be a matter of moment where the attackers decides to push in, as the Ash's bleaching charge will be able to give Set in quite a bit of a damage, and he'll be able to down it. Ash with an incredible play. That would be a Rattler making those plays. They have good amount of time. 2 smoke gas canisters has been gone, followed up with Lash eliminating Anaconda as the Nomad decides to go aggressive, pushes in, Invalid eliminates him, followed up with Rattler. He also goes down, decides to go for a plant right from the default as Death Hammer gets 2 kills, making it a 3v2 situation. Killsteal and Kurosaki needs to hold their side, or else Kira Esports will take care of that situation under control. Keep that in mind, that the diffuser is still dropped on the side of default, so all Killsteal needs to do is to get those kills and to halt the plant which is coming in on the side of attackers. Rax decided to go for the plant, but that Iana drone will be able to give them information, a false information, but will that C4 work out? No, it does not. A little bit too far, as Kira Esports will successfully plant it and make it a post-plant situation here. Kurosaki eliminating Cash, which would make it a 2v2 situation. But still, the attackers are far away from their reach, and Kurosaki will decide to push in. Killsteal going for the plant. Will it happen as the push comes both from on the side of Kira Esports? That's Aimer eliminates one, but the accidental TK comes in as Rats. almost gets the kill, but unfortunately, TK won't be able to take out the bandit, in which Red Vipers will win round two as we take a look at it in the ACT Favorite instant replay. Quite an unfortunate events that we did get to see, especially in the post plan situation there. Great patience coming in from the defenders, and also, as the great man would once say, pros don't fake.
Hey, honestly, that was a very comical round coming in for the side of Kira Esports because Kurosaki definitely did an amazing job of being a meat shield for the defuse to go down on side for the bandit. That was definitely a bummer moment, at least for Rats. I was not expecting that to go down, at least for a possible repeat from Bandit. Was what was being expected from him. I could only understand why. That was obviously what anybody would have expected out of that situation. But he knew that he had the clock for himself, and he decided to stick it. I've just got to give the kudos to Kurosaki, though. More importantly, the man knew exactly what's up. He knew that, all right, Bandit, you're gonna stick this, and I'm just gonna be the meat shield for you. It's quite the take, at least very comical, but yeah, most definitely something that Red Vipers will be glad to have because they needed that. 1-1 equalizer in the early round is what they wanted to put themselves up against, and that's what we're here to witness as well. That being said, round 3 will be underway. Seth will be running the Jaeger once again, while we've got Killsteel and Anaconda running the SAS brothers. And quite interestingly, I haven't really found a catchy term for them yet. Melusi and the My combo, we get to see them quite a bit, just as they happen to offer utilities. Quite a bit on the double selection from their side. But more on that later. Right now, we've got to focus on the push from Rats happening. It's definitely going to be an interesting take. And now that I think about it, Rats on Zofia and on Villa does not ring any, does not exactly give me pleasant memories. So I think everybody knows exactly what I'm talking about. So, but yeah, it's going to be very different from what if you did happen to get the reference on what I'm trying to point out. We're going to see a very different match coming up. We've got Rats coming up with a little bit of a breach coming in from below. Not sure if that is establishing anything, but yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting take. Arthur, meanwhile, is going to start things off. Once again, I'm not sure where he's able to pick these kills off from, but it's definitely very helpful for Kira Esports to just walk away with these. And what? Arthur just gets a double off of that. Really good stuff and teamwork from the side of Kira Esports coming in with that drone work and that quick utility dump, did take away so much more attention as to what had happened to come out at the beginning. Invalid, meanwhile, is going to do some damage, and that's going to be an important pick. Rattler takes the fall, but the third still swings wide about this. I don't think he knows there's somebody playing awfully close, and he still win that fight. The triple kill comes in from the man himself. The Nomad is on the side, but not for long. He's going to go down, and that's going to be from the side of Anaconda. He knows that he's down the Nomad, and that's why he's not getting too aggressive about it, or more importantly, he's not getting too greedy about getting that frag. Expecting a possible push-up, is going to bring the shotgun in hand, but it's going to be the Melusi to take the drop. Invalid wanting to go for the C4, might as well be able to get one. C4 goes out and Rats goes down. That's going to be an amazing C4, in fact, from the side of the defense. Does turn things around and put this and match in a 2 versus 2. 40 seconds left and make that a 3 versus 2 because the revive just came in from a third and he can continue his rampage as he happened to bring out that plan early on. It's going to be this angle being watched from the side of Omar. He's not got a whole lot of support though, and not enough smokes to work with. Athar swings wide about this, and he's gonna get found. That's gonna be the Melusi coming up, and that's the push up from the side of Anaconda as well. It's all under death armor once again. The man has got to clutch in a 1 versus 2. He's trying to pick a fight, but he knows there's a smoke close. What is the smoke doing? He loses his head, but he has Invalid. He gets it right back, and that'll be the refrag quickly to the body shot at least. Able to connect that from the long angle all the way on the other side. The Melusi makes sure she gets the shot, as Kira Esports will not be able to walk away with that round. Has definitely come out to be a Red Vipers defensive round once again. So quite the dominance, honestly. We'll be doing a quick look at that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, as we did get to see that quick frenzy of kills drop, but hey, it was Red Vipers coming out towards the end of the match there. That being said, round 4 is underway, and Baba, please take the mic.
Well, talking about the previous match, that was a huge. I mean, that is a lot to take in. 3 kills from Atar just by pushing in towards the sanctuary room. Would we did see a major rotate from Invalid as he had the C4 in hand. He knew what kind of push was coming, and all he had to do was to just place the C4 right from the landing room, in which he actually did get one. Followed up with Melusi falling back to the second floor trophy and eliminating them one by one. An important kill and also a huge win on the side of Team Red Vipers. As we proceed to round 4, first floor dining will be the side yet again. The site where Kira Esports did get control of that situation. The only problem is Team Red Vipers adapted to the situation, or is Kira Esports continue their push, hoping to eliminate one by one, and hopefully we might be able to see it at the action phase. We do see Seth as the pulse; those cardiac sensors will be able to provide good amount of information, and I believe he'll be either holding from the basement or from the site instead to relay information, especially from the second floor master bedroom. With that, we do see Rattler with the Ash yet again opening up the windows of the art studio, and he proceeds to go for the drone. Droning is essential and important for the attackers to give information and also get those kills both at the same time. Also, they do need to be careful that they don't get baited out from that information, and that's where that's where the defenders intels comes into play. You have those default cams to give good amount of information, but most of the time the attackers will take it out as soon as possible. You still have the pulse with the cardiac sensors to give those information, but for now he gets caught with the drone, which would force him to go back to the side that was right from the memorial room as kill steal. He is in the second floor statuary room with the attackers slowly pushing in, one from the art room and the second from the bicycle room, as I'd like to call it. Might be similar to the living room. It's just they're just waiting for the control of second floor statuary room to happen, and looks like one of the players is decided to go for that push in. Not quite sure who is it. Might be Death Amar or Rats. Death Amar with the Iana's holograms is working quite well in his favor. The distractions is working very well. And talking about distractions, Nomad will be able to eliminate one. Bandit goes down, followed up with Invalid eliminating Death from both the teams as Red Vipers are still holding on. We do see a huge rotate back right from the Melusi as she uses the hatch to rotate back. With Rat still holding right from the bicycle room, he's just waiting for the information to come in. The pre-fires will commence. Unfortunately, he won't be able to get the head off of the Valkyrie just yet. Claymore will be placed just to make sure the push from the defenders won't come in. But the Seth, with his cardiac sensors, giving away good amount of information for the defenders, will have a lot of problems dealing with it. And looks like Atar will be able to take care of it, I believe, eliminating Anaconda, followed up with yet another refrag from Invalid as he eliminates Rattler as Rats. Eliminates Kurosaki, a huge kills from Invalid as he gets 3 kills from his name. The Melusi making wonders, MP5 in hand, 5 HP remaining, still has the C4 in hand. He can be able to make some incredible plays. All he has to do is to wait for the attackers to push in so that he'll be able to use his C4. Seth with the pre-fire won't be able to get the kill just as I was talking about it. Rash will actually go down, but the confirmation comes in from Invalid as he gets the quad kill, but the coordination from Catched. All he had to do was to push in from the laundry and gets those 2 kills, and he does exactly that. Invalid missed opportunity for the A's as Kira will win round 4 on first floor dining. As we take a look at it in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, man, oh man, that was a very close round in which Invalid almost had the opportunity, almost had things under control, but did not expect it to see the ace pushing in right from the laundry to get those 2 kills. Huge, major kills on the side of Kira Esports as they'll be able to equalize the round against them. As we proceed to round 5, second floor, AVG will be the site. And let's see who's going to go in their favor. We do see a 6 coming in from Invalid as he switches from the Legion to the Pulse.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Well, with that, I do have to pause this again. With that, we are going to proceed to round 5. Second floor AVG will be the side yet again on the side of Team Red Vipers. Looks like already a pre-placed C4 has already been placed right on the side of Killsteel. Although it would have been better to just mask the C4 by taking out one, you know, when it comes to the soft walls and floors, they always have those two layers. You eliminate one layer and then throw out a C4 that is. So that it will be very difficult for the attackers to even get to know that there is a C4. And also, the only counter to it would either be the IQ's scanner, in which the attackers do not have. But that early C4 might come into play, especially when Kira Esports decide to get a hold of the landing zone as fast as possible. That action phase will continue. You do see the attackers spawned in again right from the fountain. Followed up with the drones, the Iana's Gemini replicator will work out. It actually did work out well for the past 2 rounds, although we did get to see a lot of mishaps, not from Death, actually not from Death Armor, but also on especially on Rats, where he did the accidental TKs, but hopefully he won't be able to make that mistake twice. We did see Kira Esports performing excellently well on round 4. The only problem is it was a very close round, so we might be able to see Red Vipers getting the control of this round as well. Talking about it, Kurosaki is very vulnerable from his position, so he will force back to the games room. Having compromised on multiple locations, would be wise for him to not engage in that gunfight, especially in that early amount of rounds. Atharv's air jabs will get caught from the Wamai's magnet nade, so he has to use the second one to eliminate it. He still has, actually, he doesn't have any of his air jabs, which would have a lot of opportunities for the defenders to hopefully go and get a control from the second floor reading room, so that they'll be able to make an angle and eliminate it as best as possible. 3 flashbangs being used to exhaust the ADSs and Mamai's magnet nades, followed up with the smoke grenades to go for the plan. But do they know that there is a C4 is the biggest question here. Bandit still has the C4. He's not using it just yet. He has the pulses cardiac sensors to relay information. All they have to do is to get that timing right. With Kurosaki taking quite a lot of damage, but Death Hammer is going to eliminate Invalid right off the bat. An important kill as Seth goes down as well. The shotgun push comes in. He's not going to be able to get the shot, as the double R's of Kira Esports is going to eliminate Kurosaki and Anaconda, making it a 5v2 situation. Kill steal is still available. Does he know there is a C4 plant? It does not work out well. And with that, post-plant situation comes in on the side of Kira Esports. Death Hammer goes down from kill steal, as Seth will be able to down one, getting the confirmation as well, but it's a 3v2 situation. This time, Kira Esports have things under control. They have angles. They have good amount of eliminations from the defenders to make sure that they won't be able to go near the diffuser as best as possible. But Bama is still holding the angle, and Kill still decides to go for a defuse. It's not going to work out well, as Rats whips out his pistol, eliminating Seth as below and above. But in the end, Rats with the pistol will be able to eliminate Kill still, as Kira Esports will win round 5 on second floor AVG. They'll be able to get the win towards round 5, making it a 3v2 situation as we proceed to the last round. And also, we'll take a look at it in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. Round 6 will commence. 3-2 is the score line, where Kira Esports is in the lead, as a second floor trophy will be the site.
Definitely came out to be a very strong Kira Esports round for them. As hey, that kind of pacing is what we expect coming out of an attacking round. Is definitely turned out to be very quick with these early picks. It's definitely going to be interesting to see how Red Vipers happens to answer back as we proceed ahead into this match and into the second half of this match very soon. But hey, Kira Esports has definitely been. They've just been able to put up so much more of a performance than Red Vipers, just from the standpoint of it. And hey, this is a defender favored map, so Red Vipers are able to walk away with it 3-3. I'll still be happy to see them walk away with that, but a 4-2 would just put them in a really difficult spot that Kira Esports will not let them. They're just gonna corner them out and pounce on them, because that's exactly what they happen to do. Second half, as we happen to proceed on to, it's going to be interesting, as it's going to get exciting as to how these teams happen to approach their defensive and attacking halves after this round. Right now, let's talk about the round in hand. Round 6 is underway. Seth will be making sure he's going to be on the roam, as this has been something that Red Vipers likes to do. And they've been good with it as well. I'm really loving the timings. At least it's coming down to those flanks. And despite Athar having to play so much of a nomad, we don't get to see so many air jabs happening to pop off, at least At least maybe not me, because I cannot hear the audio pop off, even in the distance. But yeah, maybe they did, maybe they did not, but we did get to see some influential flanks coming in, so that does cancel out the entirety of the purpose that he happens to bring up. But Invalid already starting things off is going to be deleting somebody, and that's a third the entry fragger. In fact, for the side of Kira Esports, Death Hammer takes the fall as well. That's going to be the Jaeger doing some job, doing some work. In fact, for his team, Zofia, that's going to be Rats. He's taking some damage, but he does not know where that is from, and that's why he's going to be a little more confused. Just going to resort to the good old live another day, so you can fight. I'm sure I butchered that. Sure I butchered that saying really well. So I just happened to recollect what it really was. But right now, it is Rattler who's moved up close to the bathrooms, and he's got somebody close to him. I don't think this is being traded off. No, he does hear him off. And that's Zofia concussion doing so much. He's gonna get the quick headshot. But here's the Jaeger to refrag right back into place. But the Zofia shuts him back down. And a quick succession of kills comes in. And look at that. The man finishes off in style. Kurosaki with the follow-up from the side of kill steal. And that'll be the finish up, people. With the Vumai and the Mew, the combo and the MP5K coming up. Finishing things off for the side of Kira Esports once again. Red Vipers Gaming, as we did happen to get into that interesting round on round 6 before we happen to get into roll swap. That being said, roll swap will in fact be underway, and we are here round 7. Both these teams with an equalized scoreline, but it's definitely Kira Esports looking so much more stronger as to how they happen to approach this. But hey, yeah, let's see and find that out what they happen to hold.
Well, with the first half coming to an end, we will proceed to the second half. And a very interesting six pick from both the teams. Athar shifting from the Womai to the Frost, as Kurosaki switches from the Twitch to the IQ. And talking about Kira Esports, Foxy, I kind of made a decision that I'm going to make a custom goggles in which instead of being a circle, I'll just put RR on the eyelids. And I'm just going to, use that goggles, especially whenever there is a Kira match going on. But I just have to, make it, in which is going to take a lot of time. But for now, round 7, 3-3 is the score line. And hopefully on round 7, second floor AVG, we might be able to see some twists and turns, especially from Kira Esports. And also, it
10 seconds left before insertion.
MP5 getting those kills, 3 to 4. 4 kills right from the first row dining. But unfortunately, Kira Esports did, however, steal the round. And with that, action phase will proceed. We do see an interesting use of the frost mat traps right from the main stairs, as Atharv will try to. I don't quite know that if it's going to work out well, but the main reason why you pick Frost is mainly due to her having a deployable shield in hand, in which you don't have to worry. You have a total of 2 deployable shields. One in which Rats is playing as the Smoke. I do have to apologize. I don't know what is. I'm having a little bit of problems dealing with the pronunciation game, but hopefully I'll be alive. But for now, back to the game as Kurosaki eliminates Death Armor, an important frag on the side of Team Red Vipers, as Rattler will be able to go for a refrag. Kurosaki goes down, followed up with Invalid, who is down but not confirmed just yet. Actually, Invalid gets caught from the Frostmat. That is very unfortunate, but the defenders don't know it just yet. The Valkyrie will get spotted from the Jackal's Ino scanner, as Rattler, he is prepped and ready with the C4. The only problem is the Jackal scanner not compromising his location. With a lot of with the attackers decides to push in from the statuary room, it's just going to be a matter of time where they get that good amount of opportunity. Rattler with the pre-placed C4, he just needs a good amount of information so that he'll be able to relate into those skills. He has his teammates, in which Deathhammer is looking at the cams just as of now. It's just going to be a matter of it's just going to be a matter of moment when the Valkyrie pushes the digits in her phone. With that, a lot of drone words, a lot of silence, and also the Ave Maria, which has been singing right from the background, as the C4 will detonate, but unfortunately, it will not connect. The Claymore will be able to eliminate 2 Claymores, quite surprisingly enough, as Rattler will take care of it, pushing it right from the statuary room, as Killsteal will be alerted of his presence. Will Rattler get the kill, or will Killsteal get ahead of him, is the biggest question. But for him, For the attackers, they are wasting quite a lot of time as Rattler. He will be in danger here. He needs to make those shots count. He needs to get those kills as best as possible, or else Red Vipers will be in a bit of a trouble. And the push comes in from Rattler. A beautiful headshot with the MPX. Another kill from Rattler as he gets a triple kill. Anaconda and kill steal goes down. A quad kill. Are you kidding me, Rattler? Quad kill from Rattler. And with that, Seth will be the only operator left. He is forced to be in a 1v3 situation. Rattler, my goodness, gets caught from the Jackals. I know scanner in which he was forced to make a play, and he did exactly that with Red Vipers with a very difficult situation. He only has 20 seconds left, and he decides to push in from the main stage. Does he see the head? Yes, he does. Doesn't get the connect just yet. And with that, it's just going to be a matter of moment where Rats will be the one with the SMG 11 to eliminate Seth. Kira Esports will win round 7, second floor AVG as we proceed to round 8. And also, we'll be able to look at it in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. Rattler with the quad kill. Oh my god, I just cannot believe Rattler in a very difficult positioning. Even though he took out 2 of those claymores, even with his C4 didn't work. Even with the C4 right from the landing didn't quite work out well in his favor. He was all by himself from the second floor master bedroom, dealing with 3 angry attackers, and he did it in style. And with that, Kira Esports, they will be in the lead 4-3 as we proceed to round 8. Second floor trophy will be the site.
Hey, Rattler given so much room to pop off from the side of Red Vipers. They definitely did not know how to shut him down. Just happened to peek them one by one, and that's not something you happen to do. Not at least if your opponent is Rattler, because we did see where they happen to find themselves on the adverse side of that effect. A quad kill coming in from the man himself could have been the ace also, but hey, it was a good attempt from the side of Red Vipers. It was more importantly, Rattler was given so much freedom from the side of Kira Esports that he was just allowed to do stuff like this and walk away with it. We've seen the man pop off quite a bit. He's been on the Ash. He's definitely ecstatic to find those kills, and what better gun could you find than the MPX and than the second half for the beginning to start things off and send out a message already out there. That being said, we'll be underway with the match. I got Catch this time. He's going to be running the Goyo. They're quite interesting in terms of picks, at least as far as picks happen to go down. Is most definitely going to be something that we get to see stuck in Villa at least for quite a bit, and that's where the Mira ban happens to come into place as well. It's just a few of these meta bans, as we like to call them. That out of the way, we still do see some late setup happening from the side of Kira Esports, or I might be concerned at this point. Is that late setup, or is that early prep for Rattler to pounce on his enemies? Is he going to get a drone? Nah. Actually, it's not going to work out this time around. Seth is going to make sure that he gets that early frag onto Rattler. He might be able to get the second one on the Goyo as well. But right now it's his position that's being given away. Anaconda takes the fall to the Jaeger. But here's the wide peak from the Zofia. Seth does get the frag, but he knows that the Goyo pushing up. And that's going to be a good frag. And more importantly, it's going to be a very welcome one for the side of the defense to walk away with. They have only 2 attackers to work with. But here's the Ash that's being pushed up, and he's going to catch him as well. Catch on the killing spree right now. He's not going to be able to find the Ash. Does get shut down finally. Excuse me, that'll be the kill steal coming in from the side of IQ. A 2 versus 2 in the truest source. Excuse me, I'm not sure what exactly I was going for. In the truest forms of its own, because we've got ourselves a 1 versus 2 now, as we did have a sad disconnection coming in. That is so sad. Death Hammer and Rats are the only ones remaining. Is definitely going to be something that we look forward to with a rehost. Definitely, that's what is being requested from the side of Red Vipers, but it's more importantly the fact that a 1 versus 2, will that be able to fight against a 1 minute timer or not from the side of Killsteel. Diffuser in hand, but not enough intel to work with. He's not even got drones, and that's exactly what is putting him off here. Could be that little case where he just happens to walk away from a fight, but no, he's choosing to engage on this, and that just means that you've got to give it everything you've got. Killsteel moving up slowly. He's going the other way, and he's going to be found from the side of Death Hammer. That was quite the stuff from the side of Kira Esports, and looks like we will be going into a quick rehost right now, as that's what's being requested from the side of Gamer Syndicate. No, excuse me, Red Vipers Gaming, as I just happened to say it. Yes, we will be going into a rehost, people, as yeah, there's quite the stuff where we got to see from both the teams, but Kira Esports definitely felt so much more better, 5-3, as we're headed to round 9. Quite the scoreline, honestly, Baba. Anything you have to say about that?
You know, for a moment where I saw Rattler was trying to, when Rattler was all by himself, he was in so much of trouble. I mean, he had no C4s. He only had his MPX in hand. I was sweating at that moment. You can actually get to see how much sweat has been dropping from here, and I'm just trying to spectate on how Rattler is in a very difficult situation, and he just converts it. 4 kills out of nowhere. I mean, for a moment there, I was about to say, bring in the fire extinguishers, because Rattler is on fire. To be honest, I did not expect to see that sheer aggressiveness that you did get to see from Valkyrie. Although you did get the C4 from the landing zone, didn't work out well. You did see that double claymore being placed right from the astronomy room, didn't work out well on the favor of Rattler, and Jackal was trying to make sure that the Valkyrie will get taken out as best as possible, but unfortunately, it could not. With Kira winning 2 defense rounds in a row in the second half, and with Kira winning, I mean, it is an equalizer in the first half. It's going to be a matter of moment to see how well Kira Esports is going to be defending on. Also, I mean, to be honest, I do have to appreciate Red Vipers, though. Red Vipers, especially. Do I have to pause? Just give me a second. Yes, it was Invalid who was playing as the Melusi on first floor dining. An impressive display of skill with the MP5, a very difficult gun to master, even with the MP5 not having an ACOG sight. I mean, the 2.5 or 3.0 magnification scope. All she had was the holographic sight, in which she she performed it excellently well. She even had the C4 in hand. They even had the man count advantage. The only problem was they did not expect it to see the ace who was pushing in right from the laundry room to get those 2 important kills, in which Kira Esports just stole the match away, not even giving a bit of a breathing room on the side of Team Red Vipers. Also, Kurosaki and said they have been performing excellently well, although they are getting most of the time they get picked off very early. And also, we did get to see on round 8 second floor trophy, where Kira Esports, they decided to just go full ham. Even with the Rattler being taken down right from this from the AVG, the Goyo was there to recover the round. Even with I do have to apologize for that. With the Jaeger being down right from the second floor landing, it was just going to be a matter of moment where the Zofia switches out to the pistol to confirm the kill, but did not expect to see an aggressive Goyo with the Actor SMG, eliminating 2 players right from the exact same spot, which would give Kira Esports the upper hand. And believe me, it actually did give them the upper hand, in which Kira Esports, all they have to do is to just wait for the attackers to push in from the second floor trophy room. The trap will be set, and they actually did get it out. And also, the interesting pick that I do get to witness was on round 7, second floor AVG, where we did get to see a frost pick. And out of nowhere, the Ash gets caught of the frost trap right from the trophy entrance. Very unfortunate. I'm just, at that moment when I see, when I actually did see the Ash getting, caught from the frost mat, I immediately pressed F on my keyboard. Actually, jokes aside, he's been performing well. Unfortunate do happens all the time, but you don't get to see a frost pick, a frost six pick out of nowhere. I mean, especially on matches like these. I mean, in competitive matches, you don't get to see Frost played a lot, although you actually did get to see a buff from the Frost, where now she has a secondary shotgun, in which it doesn't prove to be effective that much. But if you do want to use it, it will work out well. But hey, you do have the deployable shield, in which Frost can be able to use it without being able to I mean, without the help of the Vamais or Jaegers, although you do need the ADSs and magnets to give protection. But other than that, Frost, you do see a lot of high pick rates coming in from them. But I'm quite surprised that Kira Esports did find some usefulness to the Frost. But talking about the first half, especially of the ban phase, the Blackbeard and Kaid will be the one, uh, won't be able to be in play on Map Villa. I mean, followed up with the Thatcher and Mira ban, which is quite standard, especially for the Thatcher's EMP to take out any utilities, as well as the Mira to give a stronghold right from the second floor reading room. If you just place two Mira's mirror right from the AVG site, in which it's a very huge hold for the defenders, in which the attackers are forced to push in from the statuary room, in which taking out Mira with taking out Mira would have to force the defenders to use new strategies to work out well, in which in when RV, especially the Red Vipers, were trying to defend it, worked out. I mean, it did work out well on the second floor AVG, second floor trophy, and second floor trophy. Again, they won 2 times on second floor trophy, but did not work out well. But for now, enough about me talking about Frost and more talking towards the game as we are back. Kira Esports versus Red Vipers, round 9. Kira Esports is in the lead 5-3. And I'll just leave the mic back to you, Foxy.
Thank you for that amazing introduction to the match, Baba. Got ourselves quite the match here, just like you happen to emphasize, and just happen to pinpoint the fact that Kira Esports is definitely looking very good, but it's Red Vipers that's definitely coming up with those stealing the show performances. Definitely, we did see Rattler coming out to be that very aggressive popping off person for the side of Kira Esports, happening to put that kind of stuff on board for himself, and his team is definitely benefiting from that. But I'll be very pumped to see what else we get to see from Kira Esports. It's going to come down to dining and kitchen for the side. From the side of defense, Kira Esports is definitely going to be an interesting take as to how they happen to approach this, because I've seen them play before, at least when it has come to sites like these, and they'll be employing that long, linear defensive hold once again. It's going to be an interesting take as to how they approach this. There's definitely going to be a take which does happen to emphasize so much more of an aggressive approach, I would say. But hey, that's just the way the cookie crumbles, I guess, just the way Baba happened to mention. But that put aside, let's see what we've got for ourselves. Rats has brought out the bandit, and like the extended roam episode suggests, we'll be getting to see some of that in the living room area, right beside the library. That's going to be the bandit holding down with the reinforcements for himself and some drone work and some information and whatnot to work with. Looking for a possible rotation as well, and that's exactly what it happens to be right beside him. That's what he wants to take advantage of. He wants to make sure he walks away with something useful. Meanwhile, Catch with his Valkyrie cams is definitely providing so much more cover, just in terms of how information trade-off has been working for the side of Kira Esports. You don't really see a huge emphasis except for the Valkyrie. That denial emphasis does come in from the side of a third though, and that's going to be on the mute, and he's taking some shots already. The sledge is making his life hell. That's going to be the soft reads coming in from the side of the attack. As Seth himself is going to take some damage, and he's going to get taken out of his life, in fact. That's Kira Esports once again starting things off early. Death Hammer doing some damage. Bug being spotted. He's moving around quite a bit, and that means that the C4 opportunity is still being missed. But the yellow pings is what is helping the Jaeger quite a bit. Definitely could happen to make this into a possible situation of a C4. And look at that teamwork coming in from the side of Catched and Deathhammer, using his own cams for getting himself a nice kill. And look at this push up from the side of a third. I don't think this has been spotted until now. Kurosaki will be able to walk away with that frag, and quick double kill comes in from the side of the attack, and that'll put the man count back in a 3 versus 3. We did see Rattler and a third go down. A very aggressive push-up. Honestly, that was not the best of necessary things to be doing there. But hey, a good attempt of a risk taken, just to not convert on it. Invalid. Getting reconstruction done above. He's going to make sure that he's trying to get that little damage done on the Jaeger, but I don't think he's exactly being found right now. Being very elusive, except for Rats, though. He's going to find his GSN counterpart, and that's going to be the IQ going down before he himself takes so much damage. It's definitely not looking Not looking very pretty for the man, that is for the bandit, but now the position of the attacker given away, and that's the final kill for Rats as well. The triple kill comes in from the man, as that will be Kira Esports. Oh, look at that. Just flexing his plastic explosive in the air before finishing up that kill. We'll be taking a quick look at that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. Look at that. A 5-3 scoreline just turned into a 6-3 with the match point going to Kira Esports, securing that in a very dominant fashion. Definitely looking very comfortable as to where they happen to stand right now. Let's see what the next round, that is round 10, happens to offer us. That being said, over to you, Baba.
Well, match point is in for Kira Esports. Invalid and Kurosaki did try their best, taking out two of the players on the side of Kira Esports, but that was the only two players in which Red Vipers did get a hold of. And Rats and Catched were the one who did actually get those C4s, C4 right from the second floor statuary room, where the Buck was using his skeleton key to make lines of sight. Unfortunately, get caught with the C4 and not taking out the Valkyrie camps gave a good amount of information for the defenders so that they'll be able to convert those into kills. With that, we are going to proceed to round 10. Second floor AVG will be the site. Match point is for them. Actually, it is match point for Kira Esports. I'm not sure why I said match point is for them, but we do see Smoke using his shotgun to make lines of sight right from below the piano room, and I believe there should be yet another lines of sight right from the main stairs as well to get those good kills and also out of nowhere kills, so that they'll be able to eliminate the attackers as best as possible without being able to worry about eliminating man counts. With that, we are going to proceed to action phase. We do see a Valkyrie pick, especially from Rattler. We did see him make an incredible 4K right from the second floor master bedroom. Will we be able to see that yet again is the biggest question. Now we do see Anaconda spawning in from the ruins, and also the Jackal was apparently spawning from the ruins as well, followed up with the three players in the fountain, in which they'll be able to get the access of second floor trophy. The only problem is they have to drone it out so that they'll be able to make sure that there won't be any defenders holding that particular room. With that confirmation coming in, Red Vipers, especially Invalid, will proceed to push towards the master bedroom. Although the astronomy is going to be a biggest problem for them, but Seth will be able to take it. Seth will be able to recover it, eliminating Rattler right off the bat, as Atar will be also taking quite a lot of damage. Not quite sure where, but maybe right from the reading room, I believe. With that, a lot of utilities being thrown out, especially from the Zophia's Thunder, as Thunder, aka the Impact Grenade, to take out the deployable shield. And talking about the health on the side of Team Red Vipers, it is not going well in their favor. Although Anaconda picking up the IQ will be able to provide good amount of information and having the opportunity to take out the Valkyrie camps as best as possible. But that gunfight from Seth is going to win it yet again, eliminating Deathammer right from the red main stairs, which would force Kira Esports in a 3v5 situation. Atharv, less amount of HP catched, has impact nades. He decides to go aggressive, pushes out. The drone will be able to catch his detection rate, so he will force to hold the site instead. We do have the Mai in the main stage trying to contest the 90 stairs, but now Kira Esports are in big trouble. 5v3 situation, yet another drone being taken out from Catch, as he's making sure that they'll be able to get those kills as best as possible. Looks like Catch will be able to find one, followed up with the refrag as the smoke goes down, gets control from the vault. Yet another flank from the Catch as he gets 2 kills. Make that 3. Catch will be able to make some impressive plays, which he would force the attackers in a 2v2 situation here. Things are not going to be looking great on the side of Red Vipers, as Anaconda goes down as well. Cash making some incredible plays as Kill still goes for the push, eliminates him. Cash is in a quad kill. Can he get the ace is the biggest question here. The push comes in right from the vault. Who's going to win, the MP5 or the Thermite? Is going to be the MP5 catched with the ace. He's going to be able to eliminate Kill Steal, winning against Team Red Vipers on map Villa. As we take a look, actually, we won't be able to take a look at it in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, but what a ace that we get to witness there. Catched in a 2. They were the Kira Esports in a 2v5 situation, recovered it in such a great fashion there, ladies and gentlemen. MP5 in hand, 5 kills. That's all they need. The terror for Kira Esports is underway, and they will never stop until they reach their goal.
That is so true. We got to see quite the performance coming in from the side of Kira Esports. They were unstoppable when it came to defense, and they were looking very strong, at least on attack as well. And this is exactly what I keep talking about, people. You happen to start off on the defensive side of Villa. You want to take maximum advantage that you want for yourselves. That's exactly what we saw Red Vipers do as well. Kudos to them. A great match that they put up, at least for us to witness. But it was Kira Esports that looked so much more in composure, so much more in control of what they happen to do. That being said, Baba Gusta, before we quickly go into reliving the moment, Baba Gusta, any closing thoughts to the match?
Well, I mean, it's R square all the way. I mean,
Definitely.
it's. I mean, I just don't have anything more else to say. That's how Kira Esports work. That's how Kira Esports are methodical. Although, yes, you did get to see some meme-worthy accidental TKs from Rattler, but other than that, the 4K from Rattler and also the ace that we did get to witness from Catched. Impressively enough, I mean, this wasn't the only play where Catch made an incredible play. We did see Cash making a 1v2 clutch when he was playing as the age, decides to push in from the laundry when the site was on first floor dining room, and it did work out well in his favor. So with that, we'll just for now, let's just talk about it and relive the moment and check out the numerous amount of clips that we did get to witness here from Team Red Vipers and Kira Esports. First round, first floor dining, Kira Esports did not have any problems at all, where Deathamar was forced in a 1v2 situation. All he had to do was to just push right from the rotate and eliminate the castle, although there was a proximity mine which would give him which would relay the information on where exactly the push came in, but Castle was too late to react. Followed up with round two, this was where Red Vipers did make a stand here with an accidental TK that we did get to witness from Rats as the bandit. All he had to do was to just make sure that the push won't come in, and also kudos to Kurosaki with the Vamai, making sure that he would be able to give some protection to the bandit. And then we did see Invalid making some impressive plays over time and time again. Invalid did all he could, but could not work out well in their favor, especially when they were in the second half. In the first half, not quite a lot, to be honest, because it was more of like a 3-3 in which didn't work out well in the favor. And yes, talking about this round, this was where Catched pushed in from the laundry room, in which Invalid was about to get the ace, but unfortunately Catched denied it, getting those 2 kills right off the bat just by pushing towards on the laundry. And yeah, I guess this was on round 5 where Kira Esports were in a post-plan situation. They did win post-plan situation 2 times in a row, once on round 5 and round 6 when they were defending on second floor trophy. Actually, second floor trophy, this is where RV did get the opportunity. And yeah, this was round. Talking about the second half, I'll just leave it to Foxy then.
Obviously, the second half did happen to come out with a very similar fashion to what the Demon's first match happened to suggest us. That hey, the team that is starting off with the defensive side is going to have a better advantage going ahead into this map. But it was the advantage that Kira Esports has already taken. Look at this man go off. Look at this round, especially Rattler with that triple, just walking away, popping heads in that quad. So cute and so clean, I would say. Rather, not cute. I'm not sure why I went for the word cute. Maybe it's just because how Rattler happens to be as a person, as to compared to what his gameplay happens to be. A beastly gameplay is what I'm gonna have to say. It's a very, very, very beastly gameplay from the man, honestly. But hey, that's just not it. Just like Baba happened to over-specify on the fact that we had quite the plays coming in from Kira Esports today. The clutches and then a double ace coming in from them. So yeah, this towards the end, the ace clip coming in from the side of Kira Esports. Yeah. That being said, that was quite the matchups that we got to witness, and both of them on Villa. But hey, that being said, it's just the beginning of Division 1. It's just the first day. Baba, any closing thoughts before we just happen to end up the stream for today in the matches that we got to witness? Both of them on Villa for that matter.
I mean, yeah, both of the Villa, especially on Division One, you get to see how promising these teams are. Although we didn't get to see quite a lot of overtime match points on Map Villa, but I am very, excited for these teams to go head on it against each other. And maybe in the next match, especially that would be from tomorrow, we might be able to see some jaw dropping, electrifying, you know so much more compliments to give towards it, and I'm very excited on what kind of plays that we do get to see from Division 1 matches. But for now, these two matches were very uh, a jaw-dropping experience for me, though. I've had a lot of fun casting those two impressive matches, especially Kira Esports versus Kira Esports was Red Vipers, and also Samurai Esports versus Demons Force. Demons Force, so they've had a tough start in the first half, but they did, however, recovered well in the second half. And with that. The only thing I have to do, the only thing I have to say from these teams is, keep grinding, and hopefully we might be able to see some, you know, explosion which might happen out of nowhere.
That's exactly right. Baba Gusta always out there looking for that. When's the next amazing player building up in the region? And that being said, you can be the next amazing player building up in the region for that matter. As a season 3 registrations for the Pro League are live right now, you can head on to the Esports Club on the social media handles and make sure you get yourselves and your team registered for that matter. We've got solo registrations and team registrations open. And well, that being said, that was it from me and Baba Gusta today. As that was the day 1 of the Division 1. The post Diwali, little rustiness that we got to see from the teams. But hey, it was most definitely a very spicy day that we happened to witness. That's for sure. That being said, that'll be it from me and Baba Gusta, and we'll be seeing you guys tomorrow once again with more Division 1 action right here on the Esports Club. Stay tuned.